overland from ranches from Texas to Kansas railroads. The Texas cattlemen found out cities in the north and the east paid much higher prices for beef. Thus, the Chisholm Trail originated in southern Texas and ran about 1,000 miles to its end, Abilene. Beginning around 1860, a depot was established in Abilene, the destination where the Union Pacific Eastern Division Railway transported cattle to Kansas City, Chicago, and New York City. Abilene was a quiet settlement of a few hundred people from November to April, but during the cattle season, 4,000 cowboys filled the town. Ready to blow off steam, the cowboys crowded into the saloons to drink, gamble, and meet the ladies. Texas Street, or better known as Texas Town, was the place to go, and the cowboys preached the law doesn't belong here. The streets of Abilene were rough, unruly, and lawless. T.C. Henry, the mayor, knew Abilene needed law, but had no place to turn. Locals would not take the job, and even 2 Army soldiers were run out of town before they could begin the sheriff and deputy positions. Henry was at wit's end until he heard about a tough middleweight boxer from New York City. This retired fighter became a law officer, but after a tragic accident, vowed to never use a gun again. The fighter, Tom Smith, gained a reputation subduing a riot in Bear River, Wyoming with only his fast wits and his strong fists. Henry realized he had turned down Smith's application previously, but now Abilene was unmanageable. Henry offered the job to Tom Smith, with all the dirty details that came with it. Tom Bear River Smith agreed to clean up Abilene. The men shook hands, Smith took to the streets, and Henry felt mortified, feeling Smith had surely sealed his own death sentence by accepting the position. Smith was smart and quick. He relied on his wits and fists to handle any ruckus. The cowboys weren't keen on law coming to town. Wyoming Frank was the first to tangle with Tom Smith. He told Smith he had no authority and he'd best get on out of town. Smith didn't back down. In fact, he got right up in Wyoming Frank's face, close enough to smell the whiskey and tobacco on Wyoming's breath. Smith tells him back down and tells Wyoming to abide or get out of town. Wyoming stood his ground as Smith pressed up against the cowboy, forcing the issue. Wyoming Frank wanting to end the confrontation, and the new sheriff reaches for his sidearm. Smith's lightning-fast reflexes move in one swift motion. Smith grabs the gun, flips it, smashing the butt of the gun to the top of Wyoming Frank's head. Wyoming Frank is knocked out cold and hauled off to jail.